Hello, welcome back, fam. It is freezing cold, November 1st, 2023. Probably going to do a few more videos tonight because A, I've had some coffee, and B, it is freezing cold. Ain't no way I'm going to be able to go to sleep yet. So, very important video. It may not seem that way to some, but to me, it could make the difference in you knowing the truth and you believing the lie that is the world. Let's see, how do we want to go about it? All right, first of all, I want to bring to everybody's attention my favorite band at the current moment. That is the Billy Strings Band. Very young, up-and-coming star. He's all over the place right now, but he's going to get a heck of a lot bigger in the future. The fastest guitar player by himself I've ever seen, mixed with a hell of a lot of talent, along with awesome songwriting and a wonderful band around him. They play bluegrass. They write songs that speak to my life in my current situation. It's kind of scary. It's like they're writing the songs about me sometimes. Not all of them, but just the ones I relate to. But the point of this video is to bring to awareness those who don't know Billy Strings. I think he's already won a Grammy, or either he was nominated. I don't watch him, so I don't know if he won or not, honestly. But he's already been on, what's the place in Nashville? Grand Ole Opry. He went out to this past year and played with Willie Nelson at his thing where all the musicians gather, and wrote a song with Willie, which was also very special. But that's just to bring awareness of who Billy Strings is, to give y'all something inspirational to listen to. The point of this video is what's on Billy Strings' arm. You'll see the number 33, which is symbolism. And it is a very, very godly number. It's probably the most godly number other than God's actual number, the number 1, the monad, or the number 11, or 111, all along with 99 and 999. 99 is the gematria for Most High, or God. If you don't know what gematria is, look it up. We're not doing that this video. We will be doing a lot of it later. But you see the number 33 on Billy Strings, I believe his right arm, his picking arm. And most people have no idea why that's there. It's not for Larry Bird. It's not for any football player. It's not for any basketball player. This number represents the ascension of man, most notably the age that Jesus Christ died, the number of vertebrae along your spine that your chrism oil has to travel in order to go up the stairway to heaven. You see, Jesus was killed at the age 33. So the church tells us. We don't know how true their stories are at this point. But we will take their symbolism and we will use it. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing right. But it's freezing cold. I'm sorry, y'all. This video is dear to my heart, so I still wanted to make it, even though it's dark, cold. 33 is the number of vertebrae. Your sacred secretion has to travel to rise up into your head, to your 12th ventricle in your brain, in order for you to become what the Greeks called Christos, or a Christed individual, an enlightened one joined with God, one no longer affected by the black magic or the evils of the world, one that can no longer be seduced by evil, or the one that the demons have to run from. They don't have a choice. They can't enter that frequency. They can't mess with God. And so, raising the chrism oil is the holiest subject that we will cover, is the end of enlightenment. It is the ultimate goal of us living here on earth, even though you don't know about it. It's been hidden from you by Satan and Satan's minions that run the world and rule the world. Christ had to die for this sacred knowledge. And it's what it's what a lot of the rock and roll artists are writing about and singing about. So let's just go over a few. Stairway to Heaven, obviously, we already mentioned, by Led Zeppelin. You can take 80s bands like Boston, More Than a Feeling. You can take Atlanta Rhythm Section, I'm So Into You. You can take, let's see, I didn't write them down. I should have, just to have a bunch of examples ready. Let me think. You'll see the band Fish, for those of you who are Fish fans out there, singing about the golden age. What's some of those other ones? Kill Devil Hills. They've got a bunch. Fish is enlightened. Trey is a very enlightened individual. But my point being, the church tells you to keep your distance from rock and roll for a reason. The church doesn't want you knowing the truth, and especially not this truth. Because when you find out this truth, and when you experience this truth, you know the church is full of shit. You know the Roman Catholics have been lying to you for centuries and have been spreading their lies to every human being on this face of this earth for centuries, for millenniums. So, what does the 33rd number represent besides your 33 vertebrae? It's got to be more than that, right? Well, let's take how many letters are in the alphabet. A to Z, 26, correct? Okay, so if we go back around the alphabet till we get to 33, so 26 plus 7 more numbers, will get you to the number 33 and the letter G. So the second A would be letter number 27. Then you get to G, which would be the 33rd letter, which the G inside of the compass is the symbol that you'll see on the rings for the Freemasons. Free my son, the Freemasons. Free my son, free Jesus Christ, is what they're talking about. They're protecting the ancient sacred wisdom. The letter G, what else does that stand for? To me, it stands for God. Now, lost my train of thought. I almost went somewhere else that I don't want to go. Let me get back where I want to go. Can't believe I just did that. Anyway, let me just go on and say also the seventh letter. The number 7, I'm sorry, folks. The number 7 is also God's perfect number, or the G. The number 7 is what a lot of the universe is based on. 7 colors in the rainbow, 7 chakras. We've done a 3-part series on the chakras, just because they're going to be your gateway into ascension, basically. Now, the whole point of this video is the number 33. It is tattooed on Billy's forearm on the underneath side, so you see it every time he plays. And the point of this video is that you can learn a lot from these rock and roll artists if you dig into their lyrics and you understand what they're saying. Another artist, Van Morrison, Into the Mystic. Another artist, Creedence Clearwater Revival, singing about Proud Mary, singing about Fortunate Son. They're all singing about the same thing. There's so many more. I got a playlist dedicated to that, to Jesus, to Ascension, and the frequency is so magical, it's so mystical. It just sets you back in the mood, into relaxation, and the total fulfillment. But the real point of this video, other than to lift up Billy Strings for the true work of art and genius, and going to be the head of the pack in music before too long, is for you to understand and be aware of what the real ancient wisdom is, and that these artists are passing it down to you. They can't do it overtly. They have to do it covertly in code through lyrics that don't explain exactly what they're talking about, but they're hinting at what they're talking about to let you know where to look. So, point of this video, you cannot trust your churches. They are, I can't remember, 501c, 401c, or 301c. I don't remember the number. I think it's 5, but it could be 4. Which means they're corporate entities controlled by the government. They take their orders, they receive their tax-free, their tax, what do they call it? Tax cut? No. Basically, they don't pay any taxes to adhere to what the Roman Catholic faith wants you to believe. It's designed that way to trick you. It's designed that way to keep you locked down and brainwashed and believing their lies. And so, the real artists know the truth. And I'm here. And in the future, we'll do an extensive series, one video at a time. We'll listen to it. We'll go over the lyrics. We'll explain what they're talking about, just so it's crystal clear for those that are in disbelief, for those that haven't made it to the right side of their brain and can't understand what they're talking about. Because if you're stuck in fear, if you're stuck in your ego, if you're stuck in your left brain, you won't hear what they're talking about. That's how magical this is. You have to be in your right brain to vibrate at the truth. There is no other way. You will miss it. It will float over your head, just like it's done to all of us our whole lives. The musicians passed down this sacred knowledge for a reason, to keep it alive. They are doing godly work, and the church is trying to scare you away from it. I know you've all heard the church in some fashion or another say rock and roll is evil, rock and roll is from the devil. I've heard it. I was told it at the Durham Rescue Mission. But it didn't resonate. And ultimately, you fake Christians, I learned the truth. I vibrate because I chose to take the path and do the work. The downloads, as people call them, the aha moments, and the interpretation of these lyrics and what they're talking about came to me. And this is all it takes for you to vibrate at the same level in order to hear the same truth that they're speaking. And so while it is easy once you're on the path and living in your right brain in service to God, if you're not, the ego will fight it every step of the way. Your left brain is going to reject every bit of sacred information that ever existed. Your ego wants you to believe that you're a human. Here on earth, you're going to die and either go to heaven or hell. Another lie. You have the chance, if you do the work, to ascend and to either come back and help God continue the work, either come back during the golden age and actually live a life that is sinless and full of love in a place that you won't believe the way it's going to be. Or you can get stuck on the wheel of karma, the samsara wheel. Another rock and roll song, wheel in the sky keeps on turning. It's the wheel of samsara. That's the zodiac that throws you right back down to earth when you don't ascend. You keep on repeating over and over and over until you get it right. Now, in the future, when the world changes, I would guess that that's not going to be such a bad thing. So, maybe you don't have to do the work. I don't know the true answers. God knows all. I do not. I only serve God, and I'm only living my purpose and doing what He wants me to do. But pay attention, people. There are people out there trying to trick you, and there's people out there making beautiful music, trying to help you. But you can't hear it if you're in your ego. You can't hear it in your thinking brain, in your analytical brain. You have to quiet the ego in order to let God speak to you. This is what we were sent here to do. Transcend the ego through love, through compassion, through service of others. Now, like I told you, most people think they're here living this physical experience, and then we die, and that's it. Or either we die and we go to heaven or hell. Not the truth. You're a soul having a human experience. First and foremost, you have been separated from this truth. You have been separated from God and stuck in your left brain on purpose by Satan and the people that serve Satan on this earth. There is no other way to look at it. This is like a training ground for angels. You either find the truth and choose that path, or you go around on the wheel again and come right back and try again. It's the whole reason we're here, people. To transcend those evil, negative, nasty left brain thoughts, judging one another, judging ourselves, living in fear, not even knowing you're an eternal being, having a human experience that is ultimately just to transcend that left brain and fly in the sky and astral project and lucid dream and go wherever you want to go because you're a soul. We can escape these bodies. We do it every night, whether we remember or not, when we dream. Ever heard of life is but a dream? This is what it's talking about. Wake up, people. The church is trying to separate you from God, or the church has separated you from God. The government is put in place to control your mind, to keep you distracted, looking the other direction away from God, keeping you in scarcity, keeping you worried in fear, hating one another in division. This is what purpose it serves. Ultimately, if you're like me, it's going to push you right towards God at some point. I mean, you can only take but so much of that bullshit, unless you're just a narcissist, an egomaniac, and a warmonger. I mean, who wants to see our leaders take us to war every single day? Send money for war. That's yours every single day. They're sending it somewhere else. They're bombing somewhere else. They're sending your money, and they're making money off selling missiles, off the stocks that their programs make, selling Raytheon missiles, selling Lockheed jets. This is how Satan's system works. It also is fueled by fear and death. and destruction. This is where they get their power. This is where they get their energy. This is where they get their money. And so that is it for this message. It ran long and it veered off course a hair, but only to enlighten you, only to wake you up. Check out Billy Strings, a few of my favorites. In the Morning Light. Check out Love and Regret with Derek Trucks. One of the most, those two guitar players, along with Derek Trucks, Billy Strings, and Trey Anastasio. And so check out Billy and Trey. Meet me at the Creek in Washington, D.C. A tune with sax and trombone and trumpet, and then Trey and Billy on guitar, bass, drums. I mean, it's unbelievable. Listen to the lyrics. Where will you be when everything comes crashing to the ground? Meet me at the creek, grab a beer and tap your feet. I don't drink beer, but the message is clear. Where are you going to be when everything comes crashing to the ground? Because it's about to happen, people. It's so close. And no, hardly anybody is ready. You preppers aren't ready. This is spiritual. This isn't physical. You got to go within. You got to transcend the ego. Ultimately, you got to be on the side of God, or else this ending is going to be your end. There will be no beginning for you. That is the path through. It's through God. This isn't to scare you, but it's the reality. It was planned by the Satanist. Therefore, God is going to have to save us. But what comes after, I know you've heard, the end is really the beginning. So what comes after is beautiful. All you have to do is serve God, really. You're going to be all right. So yeah, let's see. Love and Regret with Derek Trucks, In the Morning Light, the Billy Strings Band. Meet Me at the Creek, which is a Billy Strings song, but check out the one with Trey Anastasio and the tab horns. Away from the Mire. Look up the Psycho song, Psycho, and Away from the Mire. They're together. He starts into Psycho and then transitions into Away from the Mire. I can't remember where that live recording is from, but you'll be able to find it. Those are a few of my favorites. The point is to lift up Billy, to lift up Trey, what they've been doing. Before this ascension path, I had no idea what they were talking about. I didn't know how truly special these guys are. They came back to show us the way. They came back to help us. You got to choose what side you're on, people, or else only God knows what your future is going to be. I don't. I just know I'm prepared. I know I'm serving who I serve. And I know if you're not in the love frequency, if you're not there to help others and to serve humanity and God, you're serving a different God. If you believe you can say the words, I'm saved, Jesus saved me, or whatever it is, and you're going to heaven, you missed the truth. Not really your fault because you've been tricked. But you're going to get the chance when you hear my voice and when you hear the others who are serving God's voice here at the end times. You're going to have the chance. I know my God. He's going to love you. He's going to give you the chance to know the truth and to walk the truth. Because you deserve that chance. We all do. Contrary to what the Satanists think of you and what they have done to you. They've put you through hell. They've got you stuck in the 3D realm that I call hell. But really, it's about to transition to the 5D, which is heaven, which will be a frequency above the demons, away from the demons. They'll be left in their own little nasty place where they can devour each other. Good luck to them. That's the life they chose. That's the destiny they're headed for. They chose to have the riches and step on all of us God-loving people, to mock us, to make fun of us, to throw all the symbolism in your face because you don't know what's going on and laugh at you at all their award shows. That's what they're doing. They throw the Illuminati sign out there. They throw the one eye, the all-seeing eye at you. Or they do it like that or whatever they do. What else do they do? I don't even want to think about it. It's irrelevant to me. But no, that's what they're doing. They're making fun of you. They're stepping on your neck and laughing at you. And God as well. Anyway, this video is way too long. Check out Billy. Check out my videos and whenever I make it out of the situation I'm in, God's true science will come forth in my videos. I've already got other resources that I'll bring forth once this channel goes viral of godly men and women who can help, who will have a different perspective to help you see the truth. It might help you more than me. It might not. It might take all of us to get you there. I don't have all the answers. I just want to help people find God. I just want to stick a knife in Satan's throat, which is what I'm going to do. It's what I came to do. I found my purpose. I want to help you find yours. Just know I love you, but God loves you way more than I even have the capacity to. Start to band together, people. Start to help one another. Ultimately, there's over 7 billion people on the planet. And I would guess not 1 to 2% of them know the truth. We got to help each other in order to get each other out of this hole. Take care. Till next time, God lives within.